Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper, and I'm going to be using this Just Hatched set from Mama Elephant to make a very clean and simple card. And my sister loves owls, and I need a birthday card for her, and I thought this one would be really cute, stamped out in a bright orange colour. So I'm using the Ranger Cheese Puff ink, and this is a really great ink to use if you've got a solid image that you want to stamp out. And it's really pretty. All the colours in that series are nice and bright. Now the balloon I thought I'd use from this Altenews set, which is called Birthday Greetings, and I've got some archival ink. This is the aquamarine colour, and it's actually a 3-step stamping, like a lot of the Altenews stamps are. They have lots of layers in the stamps, but mine became a 4-step stamping because I didn't press in the right hand upper corner of the stamp. So I'm stamping it again. It's just easy to do because I'm not stamping on the front of the card, I'm just stamping on a scrap piece of white cardstock. So I get it right this time. My second layer of colour, this is the shadow part of the ink, and this is Hero Arts Pool ink. I'm sorry, I keep showing you the inks with their lids upside down. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's not a real green blue, but it works really well as a shadow on this. And for the final part of the stamping, I'm using some Frost White, it's a colour box ink, and this is just a little tiny dot, and it gives you a nice highlight on the balloon. It's hard to see in the photos at the end because it is a bit of a dull day here, and I did struggle taking the photographs. So I'm going to add a little bit of detail to this stamp, but before I add any more, I'm going to fussy cut both the images out, just leaving a really small white border. And when you fussy cut these images out, it's easier to hold your scissors still and forward, and then if you move the actual image around that you're cutting, it's much easier. And take your time. This is actually not how fast I cut. This is sped up, I think it's ×4. So you just take your time and you'll find that the images, you can get that nice white border. So now I'm just working out where I want them on my card front. So it's a white card, top fold, and the actual card is 15 by 10.5 centimeters, the finished size of the card. And I'm using one of my Prismacolor pencils to ground my little owl. And this is where I kind of thought I'd have him being lifted up by that big balloon. It just made me smile. It was something I thought I could do. And so while I was thinking that, I really do need to make my shadow just that little bit bigger. I also shaded the actual stamped image and made his eyes black just with a black Prismacolor pencil, and add a little bit of shade to that as well. So I'm going to add a string, make him look like he's holding onto the balloon. And I've got some score tape. This is great stuff. It's really strong adhesive tape. So I'm just literally adhering that to the back of the owl, and then I can just put my foam tape, which is only 1mm thick. I didn't want this sitting too high off the card. I find it looks a little bit funny if you have shaded on the base of the card, the shadow that I've created, and then you stick an image on top and it sits really high off the card. It just doesn't feel right. So I don't know, all these weird things that I get going through my head, I don't know, I can't work it out. And I use the same score tape on the back of the balloon, and I'm just picking up the actual piece of twine with the score tape, and then I can just add the same 1mm foam to the back of the balloon as well and adhere that down. And I seriously considered just leaving the card just like this, really clean and simple, just with the owl and the balloon. I kind of wanted to do that, but then I didn't because I thought it'd be fun to, maybe add some sequins and a sentiment, but this is really where I was going to leave the card. And I do like how this looks, and maybe I might do it for a masculine card down the track. It'd be a nice easy card to make with just the two elements and a floating owl. How fun's that? So I'm making a little bow here with the same twine and just popping that on an angle and using a micro glue dot, which have a really strong hold as well, but if you're worried about it coming off in the post, you could use a little bit of matte medium or glossy accents to hold it in place. I've stamped in sentiment. It's from the birthday greetings set from Altenew as well, and it's just in some Onyx black ink, and I'm adding a little bit of colour to the word happy. They're just with some Prismacolor pencils. And here are the sequins. They're the Pretty Pink Posh Sparkling Clear, the 4mm and the 6mm, and I'm adhering those in place with some matte medium, which I find holds extremely well. And it doesn't leave that sort of glossy finish if it does seep out around the edge of your images or elements or embellies, whatever you want to call them. So that's my card today. I hope you've had fun. I'll see you next time. Till then, happy paper crafting. Bye.